Hey, good afternoon, targeted parents and friends of targeted parents. I hope you share this with other targeted parents and people who need it. They estimate 1 in 5 kids are going through this, and there's nothing more unjust than having your kid used against you to bring you down. And there's the worst victim of that is the child, obviously. So the people that do this, they don't stop. They've done much worse, right? Millions of dollars was exposed to Amber Heard. You know, not all of us have Johnny Depp money, you know, but we're all appreciative of Johnny Depp, and we all look up to him now as someone, you know, and anyone who's able to deliver some blows back against this severe injustice. That happens because a person who doesn't want to do anything for themselves sees a superstore who's constantly working, who's always generating something, and they latch on just like a parasite, right? 50 Cent goes through this. Look at 50 Cent's oldest child. Oh my gosh, this poor man needs to unlearn everything that he's learned, and he needs to break the mama's boy syndrome and get away from that witch, right? Okay, so, but 50 Cent ran right through this like a tough guy. You can really look at his timeline and anyone's timeline. It's however long it takes for them to overcome it. It's when they finally overcome this huge opportunity to build strength, this huge challenge. One of life's strongest challenges. We have so many suicides, so many more drug addiction than any other interest category group, right? Afflicted, disaster affliction, natural disaster affliction, you know. This is tough, man. Most of us are jailed, homeless, bankrupt, just seriously damaged, and that is the exact reason why what the small child is incorporated into. That's the exact intention of the other parent who wants to wreck the check wreck the X and get the checks. And please understand this, that all the way up the food chain from the WEPM and REPM court system, yes, that's really an industry term of theirs, and Vice has covered this sickness, and everybody's covered this sickness. It's unconstitutional. You don't get a lawyer provided for you, and it actually butchers pretty much everything that it comes into with this extreme, imbalanced, weaponized conflict. Sound familiar? Same play in society is being run inside the family home. Please understand this, and those of you other targeted parents who have been seriously affected by this, and you've watched your kids be tortured, not even know it, and be brainwashed to think that that person who's doing it is the hero in the scenario, and you, the good person the parasite latched onto, is being reframed as the villain. Everything that's true about them, they are putting onto you, and just masterpiece of child abuse and deception. So what that means, according to the law of polarity, is if you've been called to face such a insane challenge, if I can help you, if you can help yourself, honestly, if you can turn to God and overcome this, you can be one of the most valiant cats in the alley, you know. And so I just want to tell you about a group. I have a peek. I'm doing this movie. You can see the other movie I've done. So I've done a movie. I take care of business slowly but surely. You know what I mean? I'm going to F up every single person who's ever had their hand in this child abuse machine, this state-sponsored child trafficking right in front of our face. Every 1 in 5 kids is going through it, some estimates say. You know, the latest official study had 22 million. It's got to be way more than that. But anyway, this is happening way super strong across the English-speaking world, where there's these courts. Less strong in other places. Where I live now, I'm coming to you from Panama, actually, a Caribbean island in a unique archipelago of Panama. Beautiful paradise, water world island, incredible kids, all kinds of kids from all kinds of countries. There's an international school here. that teaches Mandarin and guitar and drums, and they're being looked at. They've been covered in all kinds of publications as this unique, incredible learning center. These kids have this great culture. They speak multiple languages. They surf. They do all these incredible outdoor activities. This place is, my daughter would have loved it the whole time, but she can't come then, even as a 22-year-old can't come now. And so, because of the brainwashing, because of the robbery, because of the options, because of the takeaway, because her mom really wants to ride her like a camel, because she's talentless and spent all her talent points on deception. Okay, anyway, so I encourage you to make a video shortly telling your story. Talk about the amount of damage you've lost, the mental and physical health damage, the financial damage, the brutality of what you've watched, and try to summarize those really kind of key case study points, and make a video of your story and upload them to a video host, and then tag them in our video board. As this movie comes together, this will definitely be helpful and give parents a chance to record now what they have to say about this whole thing. And I myself, when it comes to child abuse, I don't pull any punches at all. Actually, that's not true. I've pulled so many punches. I mean, what the situation deserves. I have done nothing close to anything that the situation actually called for. You don't kidnap and brainwash kids. You know what I mean? I'm sure Elizabeth Smart's parents, and I'm sure Elizabeth Smart, I wish she would step in, and everybody who possibly can step up and say their piece and look at this and recognize this is extreme psychological, emotional, and spiritual abuse. And these people know it the whole time. In my particular case, I sent her the professional videos of exactly how this damages was for kids, documents, articles, everything. She kept doing it, and even went out there and found evil articles denying that this exists. And Maddie from AlienationProject, love to team up with her, love to team up with anyone, you know what I mean? We have to take this social cancer that directly takes children and turns them into weapons, a situation where, as like 50 Cent's kid, they need a lifetime of unlearning and realize, you just can't get more held back than that. These kids are trained even to trust the deceptive type and not trust the actual true honest type. It's just an insane child abuse. Dr. Phil, Dr. Amy Baker, all these specialists have really described it well as the ultimate form of child abuse. It's daily spiritual and emotional molestation by the parent. You're supposed to be, who is supposed to answer their call to God to raise this child correctly and not engage in that kind of behavior. But no, these witches go completely into the other thing, and because there's a whole machine set up to. So check out some of the BangLand introductions, the movie introductions, and let's start calling this what it really is. It's not parental alienation, it's kidnapping and brainwashing and child abuse and weaponization daily, and with the intent to destroy their better relationship. Remember, these parasites that would do this child abuse, they latch on to superstars, right? They target a superstar to trap and to carrying to answer to them. And that kid, before they were even had most of the time, the intention with that life was to trap, control, or punish if they don't take the trap and control, which most valiant, hardworking people don't. Stand-up guys don't, So this is just a stupid, evil, small-minded thing to do. And it really does have all those elements, of extreme obsessive jealousy. My girlfriend, who was named in my cutoff letter, the third kidnapping, new girlfriend, has every single one of her family members has been stalked for a decade. Last time was this Christmas. They all target holidays. Like, we've recognized all these things. All right, so I'm gonna make this one a clean 10 minutes about our video board and grouping together. We have a community. Already for the last year, I've met every single morning with special guys. We've been doing a self-development mastermind. All right, I need to talk to you first, but those of you who really need it are invited. Anyone who's lost their child is we cover the costs of everything, so it's free to you, and we're here for you. And we've got a system that gets us through, okay? And that's very important. You need to regain your strength and become the valiant hero that can be there for not just your kid, but 100 other kids. A lot of us are gonna lose our kids, all right? Joe Rogan was, a lot of us are gonna lose our kids. You need to be ready for that. We're gonna make a very strong you. I'm not telling you to accept it, I'm not telling you to give up, but I'm telling you to get strong. And that's what we came here as a cultivator. I'm a full-time tropical ecological cultivator, and I've learned that we came here to get strong, and it is through that strength and overcoming that success is responding to, okay? Hula, let's go, get in the group, do the things that it takes. I get up at 2:30 every morning. I do a whole bunch of exercise every day. I do what I need to do because the challenges I face are greater, so I need to do daily habits that are greater, and I need to become greater to answer the call to not just, 1 in 5 kids are going through it, and a lot of these dads suicide. So we have an opportunity here to build some serious strength, and we really do have we can all hear it. We all know what I'm talking about. It takes one to know one. It takes somebody to going through it to know about this, and we know how to break through this. So get in touch. My Instagram is below. There's a website below, a contact form that can be used as well. Prayers, knuckles. Let's get to sharpening the blade.